games when you guys are logging in. Until then, I think I'm gonna play just something on someone on the platform. If I'm gonna do a puzzle race or something. And okay. Sound should be fine. And have a look. Okay, cool. Let's just go with it. Maybe I should have done 10-5, frankly. Let me do it Zen mode. Zen mode. The guy has 4 seconds to make a move. Game aborted by the server because the other person hasn't moved. All right, let's go back. So shall we do try to and again. This strange stuff here. This channel. King's Gambit. Knight f3. We could have played the King c4, Bishop c4, so, which I'm gonna play. Oh, so shall we do the Muzio? Hello, Shakar. Have you ever played the Muzio Gambit? So let's see if it turns out the way we're planning to. And now we're gonna give. So we given 2 pawns. Now let's give a bishop. Give a bishop. So we give a bishop. Bishop f7. King should take the guy. And now we're gonna go with this move, d4. Nope, it's d4. And now we're gonna play this. So this is the Muzio. This is the Muzio Gambit. Muzio Polaria Gambit. Hello, Les. Good to see you. Good to see you, brother. So bishop e3 means that queen can't really take, because if they took, right. And now we should take this guy. Let's take this guy. Yeah, it's an interesting one. It works very well in Blitz and Bullet. I got to tell you that. It goes very well in Blitz and Bullet. Let's see. Just keep developing some pieces. It's a very risky opening, but we just do it. We just do it. By the way, guys, I'm not asking for ideas and stuff of what to play. Okay, let me give it a few seconds. Do a couple of things. Looking at. That looks quite playable. They do the check, then block. Right, let's just do this one now. Yeah, it's a risky opening. You could do the Polario Muzio Gambit. It's a risky opening in the stemming from the King's Gambit. And as you could see here, there's just a couple of things we got to be aware of. So now knight is being taken. So I'm going to play the knight. I'm going to play the knight first. Let's play the knight first. So I'm hitting this guy here. Potentially, I might be able to just playing the queen now. Potentially with this. So that would be a check, right? And then I'm playing the bishop somewhere, for instance. If they block with the bishop, it's taken. So I'm just this for now. Could have done it the other way. Let's try it this way, though. Let's try it this way. Yeah. Now I think I can move my guy somewhere, and the queen is on the same file with the bishop. Okay, so I want to think. Well, I could do just this. I reckon. I could just do this. I think that's probably best move ever here. Well, they take though with the knight, so let's just not. Okay, maybe bishop g3. Definitely bishop g3. And keep an eye on the rook here. So I think I like this one. Let's go on Facebook, and I think it's something at your end, really. There must be somewhere something you can tick off the subtitles or asking the other guy. Oh, okay, so he resigned. So, okay, I'm not in a rush now. So, you're watching on Facebook, right? I didn't particularly put myself any sort of subtitles anywhere. So I wonder if it's something to do with your own Facebook on your own laptop or telephone or something. I know on YouTube, for instance, there is a little square somewhere that says captions on and captions off. So you could do that yourself on YouTube. But on Facebook, I think also they've got a function somewhere, a button somewhere. I haven't in particular indicated, I didn't set the Facebook to do the captions. Yeah. So that was the Polario Muzio. Let me see how I how I played it. I mean, I knew something to some extent. So the engine will say I played the blunder with f4 and with the bishop sacking on f7. That's what the engine is going to say that I did. But actually, that's a theoretical thing. Oh, it's interesting. The engine says I didn't do any blunder. So that's an interesting take. That's an interesting take. Right. So the Polario Muzio, okay? So, yeah. Now, of course, I've castled, and I know that the engine is actually super enthusiastic about black, but they gotta play this one super accurately. And I know they say d3, but I got another plan, and this is the plan. So it's absolutely crazy, but you do take on f7 if you wanna do the Polario Muzio, and now the d4. Sick, right? And now the bishop e3. So all this is theory, really, but they got to play this in very, 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 very accurately. So the queen's got to move now. They can't take on b2 because it's going to be like checkmate in 6 after queen takes f4. So they got to run away. And now what did I play? Oh, I took the pawn, right? Oh, that can't be a bad move. So he develops. And knight c3 played straight away. Yeah, I think you should have played bishop c5 with a check. That would have forced my king on h1, then d6, then knight f4, etc. But yeah, probably he wanted to. So if you watch this position, guys, Shekhar Simpson, if you watch it, guys, one single move here, and whatever black would have had in this position had disappeared. Because this one has to be played very, very surgically. I mean, the move here for black... Hello, Anirudh. Good to see you, man. The move for black in this position is like bishop c5. Bishop c5. You talk animals like mammals and stuff? Yeah, they should be, but they're not. If you're talking about mammals and things, yeah, they should be, but they're not. and humans operate strange hierarchies on many instances. They should be like universal rule, but they're not. So bishop c5 should have been played here with check. So d6 now. And now, of course, that gives white tremendous opportunities. Oh, you're talking about the Magnus and the thingy with the Jan Nepomniachtchi complaining about he didn't have a laptop and its personal room. Okay. Yeah, there was a reply at some point. I think someone said, "Look, Magnus had to meet officials. He had to meet officials. He had to speak with the journalists and stuff. So he actually needs to stand up and actually stress himself a little bit talking with those guys, whereas the rest of the people can just relax, chill out with a bottle of beverage or yeah. That's not something serious. I'm not even. That doesn't mean anything. It's just Ian tweeting something. I don't care. It doesn't mean anything. It's more content for Gotham Chess to do something. It just doesn't mean I don't care about Magnus's lounge. If they had, if they didn't have, and I don't care about anything. No, knight d5 I want to do here because I'm also looking. It's a multiple purpose move. First thing first, why knight d5 is important here? Because it makes the black queen eventually, hopefully, getting away from the f, so I can hit them with the rook after the bishop disappears. So that's paramount, knight d5. It's paramount, and I did play it. And also I'm looking at c7, trying to take some stuff back from them. So as you can see, knight d5 now hits the queen. And the guy did play the first line of the engine, but everything is very, 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 very difficult here. Knight d5. Nah, I think I'm just moving the queen. I think I'm just moving the queen with check or something. Knight d5. It's something weird taking. Knight d5, it doesn't smell very well. I'm moving the queen, I don't know where. And then you got a problem because I'm going to play my bishop and your queen is getting trapped. So this is, just look at the eval bar and realize how close black is to just crushing everything. So he did play the good stuff. He absolutely did. The engine said I could have played here, what? Queen b3. I was a little bit concerned about this, though. I really was concerned about this one. You know, queen b3, and if the other guy would have played, then what the heck do I have? Queen b3, and if... Okay, let me just do queen b3. I was a bit concerned about this move here. The engine says just simply this one, right? And it doesn't even matter. If they take here, I could take with tempos. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this in mind for next time. Anyway, I'm not getting it very often at this point in the Muzio. So I just went for this. I just went for knight c7. He should have developed. He really should have developed here. Knight f6 actually. He will know for next time for sure. And now that was a just psychological thing. He actually wanted to save the rook. He wanted to save everything and keep everything intact. He didn't want to give nothing. So he played this. And of course, that's the problem. So Polerio Muzio, if you don't play it very carefully, it just crumbles away everything. Yeah, it crumbles away. So especially Chino Anirudh, if you do this one in Blitz or Bullet, if you do this one in Blitz or Bullet, you got to do this super accurately. Especially black. Playing with the black pieces. You got to be very accurate. Yeah. Okay, that was the rapid. If you want to do casual, guys, let me know. If not, I'm going to just play with whoever I'm going to play here. Oh, who is this one? Cheat, I don't know who that guy is. Ah, that's you. Ah, okay. So I think I got you here. Am I playing Anirudh, right? Okay. That's the Polerio Muzio, Simpson. The Polerio Muzio Gambit. I've got a video on that one. I'm gonna copy paste the link. Yeah, I've dedicated a video on YouTube for this one. It's an interesting one, especially in Blitz and Bullet. Especially in Blitz and Bullet. Okay, Anirudh played f6. Interesting. Huh? Dude, you playing very unorthodox. 1, 2, 3. What? You playing very unorthodox. Whoa. I've never had this one before, you know. I wonder. Huh. Okay, that's a check. I can't debate that. Well, I think this. Oh, did I play it? Oh, I did. Wait. I don't want to do pre-moves here. I really don't want to do pre-moves. Hmm. Let me just cancel for the time being. Now I'm gonna play this move. Well, before I'm doing anything else, let me look at something first. What if he blocks 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4? Dang, and take though. Not that bad, is it? Okay, let me go with this. That's a check. So I wonder if I should have maybe just taken first. So I had two candidate moves, but if I'm staying for too long, I'm gonna lose on time. I'm gonna lose on time if I stay too long. So I decided to play this. I'm fully aware about some stuff left behind, but you can't have them all though. I'm gonna go this way. I think it's quite efficient to play Queen H5 here, which is a check. Which is a check. So Simpson, yeah, Polerio, Mutio, Gambit. So that's blocking. Yeah, I was kind of relying on this one. On Queen takes on E5. Looking at 3 targets simultaneously. So now Anirudh has got to do something. He got to do something. He definitely got to do something. So Anirudh, F6 is never to be played. So I'll take this one with tempo. Take this one with tempo. Queen now hitting one another. I could do another check per se. I couldn't. I should though. Check. I could always take off. He blocks it now. Okay. Okay. Play this. Can't be that after all. Let's try this. Check. Gotta run away. Okay. Now, next I plan to do something with this. Let's just try this. I'm not going to do nothing just yet in terms of, I'm going to just do that. I'm not going to react first to A6. I'm not going to react to A6. Yeah. Now I got multiple choices here. Guess that one would be one of them. Yeah, but then he blocks. No, he can't because check. It's a massive check. Queen comes off the board straight away. Who cares? I mean, it could have been some other tactics, but I think I need to simplify stuff here. So I mustn't stretch it. I mean, just simple. Simple and positional here, because when it's too many minor pieces, you got to simplify stuff. So yeah, king is in check, frankly. So he got to do something. He either gives the queen what they want, or he gives the queen on f6 or something. Yeah, that was a little. Oh, where was that game though? Where did it disappear? I don't know. Let me go back to the game just briefly. Just briefly. Very briefly. Oh yeah, let me tell you something. F6 wasn't the stuff you want to do. You absolutely don't want to do F6. No, you don't do F6, Anirudh, in the King's Gambit. F6, it's a perfect invitation. No F6. So there's nothing wrong up to this point. That's fine. I play D4 because that's normal. Okay, you don't do F6. So you can see the engine suggesting now for you G5. You play the knight. G5 is the stuff normally employed here. G5, but F6, no. And if you look at the eval bar, look at this, +2, bang. Why? You took your knight's natural square, but more importantly, you're actually subjecting the king to this kind of check from the queen at some point. And you're not going to be able to castle short, especially after bishop c4. F6 is just, you don't push that guy in the king's gambit. Yeah, I had 5 inaccuracies, 1 mistake, and Anirudh did have 2 blunders, but F6 is just not the stuff you want to do. It's totally not. So I would say Anirudh, because of F6. F6, I didn't have to be highly creative. I just had to play simple chess, and now I just collect whatever you give me. And this one is weird, just feels so weird. I could have taken, but I prefer to push the pawn, which probably is not the best. D5 was best, says the engine. Well, I went for this one. Just wanted to kind of move with the knight so I can travel with my queen. Anyway, you checked me. You should have played c5. That would have stopped me from castling, for instance. Yeah, I play b5. You play bishop b6, then knight a3, trying to go knight c4 or something. Okay, so now you give me the chance to castle. And I play bishop d3. Bishop c4 was stronger. d3 is playable, but bishop c4 is stronger. You try to get your guys, but now just gives me all the preparation I need. Takes and knight takes, yeah. You just, you gave me yourself a lot of power. Queen h5 is the third line of the engine. I should have just taken. I thought about taking, but I would imagine that Queen h5, in my mind as a human, appeared to be very strong. In my mind as a human. It's the engine's third line, though. Bishop e5 definitely just takes stuff and all. If you had played knight f7 here, of course, knight f7, and then probably I would have just taken your bishop. Yeah, that allows. Okay, that's just game over, right? What should I have played here? Queen h8, king d7, bishop b5, c6, rook d1. I see. Okay. Hi there, CH. How's it going, man? Okay. Yeah, okay, that's so everything started with f6, Anirudh. Good to see you, man. Good to see you again. Yeah, so everything started with f6. f6. g5 is what normally played here. But that one is bad. This one is bad because bishop c4 and queen h5, in principle, there's too many weaknesses. Okay, puzzles. Okay, let's hear the puzzle. Oh, do you want to do a puzzle racer, guys? Okay, let's look at this one. Oh yeah, you got to look for the King's Gambit. There's no doubt about it. You have to look at the King's Gambit lines. You must look at it. It's gonna happen. It's already happening to you. I mean, I'm playing this one day in, day out. So you got to look at the lines in King's Gambit. You have to. All right, guys. So what we having here is this position. CH, that's for you. Now, what I think is that if I were to take this guy and they take my queen, I'll just simply take and checkmate. Therefore, that forces them to take, right? Okay. Right. Then could potentially trying maybe this. Okay, wait a minute. What about this, though? That's a check. They have to move the king. If they go in the corner, I'm going to have another check. Yeah, they go back. I'm going to have another one. That's an interesting puzzle. So, CH, let's try and do this one. What about... They're a crazy puzzle. Wait a second. What about 97 straight away? 97 check, right? So, king has to go in the corner. Okay. King goes on h8 though, or maybe f8. So what's the forcing move? It doesn't seem too forcing, eh? Knight h6. Let's say, but what if they go f8 though? I think you got nothing. Should we start with the queen move? What about this though? Attack the knight and attack the rook. Can't be wrong. But then they take our rook. So let's just okay, I got it. We take first, and when they take, then we play this. And actually, we're attacking both rook and knight simultaneously. They can't defend them both. So that's the solution. You guys agree? It's actually rook takes d8, rook takes d8, queen g5, targeting rook and knight. Yeah. Is that correct, guys? It's rook d8, queen g5. You are hitting two targets at the same time. Might that be the case, people? CH, what do you think? Yeah? Yeah, that's what I think as well. I think it's got to do with rook d8 and then queen g5. So let's just do this then. If you guys don't have any other idea, it is white's turn to play. Oh, is it the chat? Oh, hold on a second. Let me move the chat because you guys can't read it. Apologies. There's the chat window capture. Let me just move it up a bit. You guys can't see it. Okay. I think something like that. Okay, now that's a bit better. Let me lock it because things go strangely at some point with chat and everything. Okay, let's go back. So let's take. Now we're going to play queen to g5 as we said. Looking at this and that. Now let me think. Yeah, we just take the knight. Just take the knight. Yeah, we'll just take the knight. And if there was something like this, I reckon you could just do this. Or maybe just do this. Check them anyway. And if they go here, you might have actually a checkmate. So I think it's absolutely fine because you gotta move with tempo. You got a check with tempo if g6. So you're not gonna lose your stuff. You're gonna play the knight with tempo, checking the king. Okay. Let's try another one. We have to move with white. White to play. Oh my god. What's this? Oh, no. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. We move with white here. Nice one. White to play. There is something to do with that bishop on g7. Yes? That bishop has to disappear. Gotta look for forcing stuff here. Okay, is it this? I'm looking at bishop e5 because if the bishop takes, I'm going to checkmate on h7. So bishop to e5. And if they play a rook hitting, I guess we just take. Then they have to take with the rook, and then we just simply take the rook. And I guess that's just it. So everything has to start with bishop e5, if I'm correct. CH, what do you think? Anirudh, what do you think? Simpson, if you're there, what do you think, guys? Is it bishop e5? Is it bishop e5 here? Bishop e5, and I think it's good. It's quite strong. Bishop e5, right? Unless there's something stronger. White to play. Oh, you haven't seen the other guys. When I'm doing the puzzle racer, there's a couple of guys. Yeah, I'm always the last. I'm not very good at super fast chess or at fast chess. I mean, you know, I need to sit down and actually think it through, and it takes me an eternity. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna play bishop e5. I mean, if it's something crazy like queen takes g7, okay, let me look at this, but I don't think so. Queen g7, rook takes. No, you can't do this. Can you? Oh my god, you actually can. Do you know why? Queen takes. Do you know why? Okay, let me try argument to plead for my case. Queen takes, rook takes, right? King can't take. Then you're gonna do check. Rook takes, check. This guy blocks, and bishop here. It's sick. I think it's queen takes g7. CH, what do you think about this move that I said? I think it's actually queen g7. It's just queen g7. Bishop e5 is cool. I think it's probably the second or the third line of the engine. But queen g7 seems to be even better. It's more direct. It's more forcing. Do you think I'm wrong? So queen g7, rook must take, rook b8 check. But then if they block with the other rook, then I'm going to play bishop e5 and it's checkmate. So queen g7 seems to be actually the strongest move here. Probably bishop e5 wins as well, but queen g7 is a killer. Am I correct? CH, Simpson, Anirudh, if you guys there. Queen g7. Queen g7. Okay. 7-4. Okay. I'm going to play queen g7 because it seems to be quite direct. Yes. Okie dokie. So now we're going to drop the rook. Rook to b8. That's forcing. Again, it's forcing. Rook takes b8. Rook now blocks, but now fortunately, we've got a bishop on e5. And that is checkmate now. Because the rook is pinned, the rook can't take on g7 because the rook checks the king. So bishop e5 just simply checkmates. So checkmate in 4. I was just about to start with the wrong one. CH, I was just about to start with playing bishop e5, which probably is kind of doable, but it's not forcing. It's not. They're always tricky. Your turn, find the best move for black. White last move was knight from c3 to e4. What we do know is that we have a sort of discovered check, but there is also the knight that might take our queen. So the question is, should you just sack the exchange here? Rook takes, and then we have a discovered check. And heck, could be a couple of things. Could be a couple of things. Could be probably this. What if they play here? That's just not very clear. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I don't have a double check, do I? I don't have a double check anyway. Rook a4, knight f6. Yeah, it could be. Absolutely, could be. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Rook e4, knight f6 check. They block with the queen. I'll take whatever and take. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not sure because you're actually trading stuff here. Right? They're going to have bishop into rooks and they're going to have what? So again, Rook takes, rook takes. You're already down a piece, by the way. So rook takes, knight f6, check. Okay, that's check. Fine. Fair enough. Then they block with the queen. You take, they take, you take. No, it's not. I don't think it's knight f6. I don't think it's knight f6. It's got to be another one. So rook e4. Let's investigate a bit more. Rook e4, right? It's got to be another way. Got to play discovered check somehow. Maybe it's just this one. That doesn't look. Maybe what? Maybe. I mean, it starts with rook e4, right? Should be starting with this. Where? Wait. Now that's a good question. Let me just take a maybe it's not. You just leave it like this. Rook e4, rook e4. Knight e3 check. Knight e3 check. Knight e3 check. Knight e3 check. Then king goes h1. Goes h1. What have we got then? Takes e3. I'm not sure about anything. Oh. Oh. I don't know. Could be. Okay, let's just. Okay, no, you can't do knight e3. Dropping the queen. You lost that. Can you play the where? You can't play the queen anyway. Well, you kind of can, but you're gonna lose it. You do knight f2. Knight's gonna take. That's a disaster. Rook takes e4, rook takes 1, knight f2 though. Yeah, but then the king takes. You didn't do absolutely nothing. Rook e4, rook e4, knight e3, king h1. And then what do you do exactly? Let's assume this and this. And knight e3, king h1. What have you actually? Now that's a puzzle, isn't it? Rook e4. It feels like this is the correct way to begin with the puzzle, right? I mean, the queen can't move. The knight can't move because you're going to drop the queen. So it can't be. So it has to be rook takes e4. Knight can't move, queen can't move anywhere. No, it's rook e4. I mean, you can't. I mean, let's just take it by elimination now. You can't move anything apart from rook takes e4. If you move the knight, you drop the queen. If you move the queen, you got nowhere to go to, frankly. I mean, you could do queen e7, but you're going to drop the knight. So it's rook e4. Yeah, we took it by elimination. Okay, so, I mean, just logically speaking, rook e4, but it's not over yet. So now we need to make a bit of an effort. So we've established that. So far, so good. Now, knight is on the double threat. You got to move the knight and do a discovered. Now the question is, where do you play the knight? Do you have to move? Yeah, you have to move. Don't tell me it's h5. I mean, if it's h5, I just no, you can't. No, you can't do h5. It's crazy. They already got a ton of material extra. So it's got to be a knight move. That is a discovered check. Knight moves. Black queen checks the white king. So where does the Where does the Black Knight go? Where does the Black Knight go? Okay, let's take them one by one. You go here. Let's just cover all the squares from the knight. We got only 7 squares because h6 is taken. Right, so we got f6. Let's just look. Knight f6, right? Okay, that's check. They just move king, I don't know, here. They block with the queen. Can't be this. Let's say knight e5. King h1. What have you got in here? Nothing. Knight e3, check. King goes. Then you take. Then queen takes. And where's the queen? Ah, well, right. Okay. Queen here. Check. Here or there. So it's knight e3. If you do this, the king just takes you. And you got nothing. So again, by elimination, it's got to be knight e3. Knight e3 check. King h1. You're going to just take the rook. And then queen's going to take. You take the rook. Is that a queen move? It can't be a queen move. It can't be this. It can't be queen. It can't be rook. It's got to be knight. You can't go f6. You can't go e5. You can go e3 because you take a rook, at least. So knight e3, right? Knight e3. They then, again, they must go, well, either h1 or h2, though. So which you're taking the rook anyway. Oh, come on. Knight e3 is bad? You gotta be kidding me. Knight f6. Why? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, queen g2. Then you take, then queen. So, okay, black is winning because you got a bunch of pawns. Queen g2. You take, they take, and you take. And actually you're ending up with knight and rook versus bishop and rook, but you're having 2 extra pawns here and 1 extra pawn on the other pawn island. So actually you're ending up with 2 extra pawns and a better position. So there's no checkmate net or something. It's just getting a better position and 2 extra pawns. So queen g2. And now I guess queen takes g2. You can't take the knight now because the queen takes immediately. I was looking for something stronger, but there wasn't. Queen takes. King takes, knight takes. So you're practically ending up in this. Knight and rook versus bishop and rook. And you got 7 black pawns versus 4. So, okay. 3 extra pawns, actually. And pawn majority on the king side. And yeah, you just trade off things and you should be able to win at some point. At some point. So yeah, that's winning for black like in, I don't know, 20 to 30 more moves. Yeah, but I guess if you simplify and trade off the queens, that's for the better. Yeah. Oh yeah, I get it. Okay. Yeah, I think it's good to make it simple. Good to make it simple. That's true. I don't know who that guy is. Restreaming is actually live. It's not restreaming actually helps me, Sam, to it helps me streaming simultaneously on 4, 5, or 10 platforms at once. So restream means once you do the stream live, as I'm doing it right now as we speak, I am live on, for instance, LinkedIn, Facebook, Kick.com, and YouTube all at once. That is the purpose of Restream. I mean, you're kind of reaching out to your friends on 4 different platforms. That's what it does. Because if I were just on YouTube, let's say, I would be just on YouTube, which is not bad. But if you're looking for kind of expanding to your other friends, to other platforms, you probably may want to consider Restream. It's just as simple as that. So you go on a few platforms at once. That is Restream. That's what it does. Rook f3, king f3, king f7. No, I don't want to trade the rook. You know something, CH? You don't want to trade because you want to let them take, because then you're going to promote. I guess. I might be wrong. Why not doing something else? Well, shall we move the king closer? If I take, though, king takes, go here and I go here, I need to infiltrate my king somehow, so that's quite cool. Moving here, they could do anything. No, I need to gain the opposition somehow. So king e6. They gotta move the king somehow. Then I'm take. Then they take. Then I make an opposition, and then they have to give way, one left or right. Okay, so I need to gain a bit of opposition, and then they have to move, making way for my king. So I don't take the rook. CH, we don't take the rook because they really can't take you. You're gonna promote. So you're gonna move the king. You're gonna move the king. Probably f6, right? f6. No, you can't. I want to say e6. Sorry. King e6. You're getting closer. Then whatever they do, then you're gonna take. Then you're gonna get opposition. Then they hold up. Then they're gonna have to play either left or right. What do you think about this plan? King e6. They will move the king. Then you take the rook. They take the rook, but then you step in front of their king, and that means opposition. Then the king has to go left or right. If they go right, you're going to go to the guy on h4. If they go left, you're going to play e4. Go for the pawn on d4. What do you think about this plan? So king here, whatever they do, if they take the rook, it's even quicker for us to win. What do you think, guys? Is that a good plan? I'm going to move this guy. Yeah, that's exactly right. So look at this. Look at this guy. CH Sam, look at this one. So the king moved. Now we take. King takes. And king f4 opposing the other king. And they have to go left, right. And that's all we actually need. We need to gain access either to attacking this guy on h4 or this pawn on d4. So let's take the rook. Yes. And now the good old opposition. So the opposition rule says if you do the opposition, you're forcing the king to move, to make way. And now you move in opposition. The king had to go. They chose to go to the right. It doesn't make any difference because now we're getting access to attacking the white pawn. Now we're going to play this. So again, it can't really go on those squares. And we're just getting this guy. Oops, we're getting this guy. And if they want to stop it, then we go for the other pawn. So it doesn't really make any difference. We're going to win regardless because we're going to promote. So I think that was slightly instructive. We kind of managed to figure out the opposition. So he wasn't taking the rook. Yeah. Hi there. Hi there, guys. Welcome, welcome. So let's do a couple of more puzzles here. If that's useful, guys, perhaps you may want to subscribe to the YouTube channel so we stay in touch, virtually speaking, when I go live. Now, I like this battery very much. I like this battery a great deal. And then they play, then I'll check again, then they move, then I'll take again, right? Is there something wrong here with this? I don't think it's that wrong. Hell, if you don't do check on a7, what's the purpose of the battery? What exactly you got here better? I can't see anything much better, much forcing than queen h7 check. Is there any other secret tactic? Is there any other hidden tactic here? Am I missing something? I don't think you sack any exchange. There's nothing. You have to go for the check, and then you have to take g7, and you play it like this. I don't think there's anything else, guys. It's queen takes h7. It's got to be this. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. But I guess that probably is the correct one to do. Yeah, I really didn't see anything better than this. Now, if we are to continue, I'd say this. Then obviously you're not going to lose your queen, right? Then you take g7. And when they attack your queen with the rook g8, you're just going to play whatever. Queen f6, queen e5, one of these. Let me just do more checks. What? What did I miss? Now that's weird, eh? What's the... Sorry, what did I play? It could be rook d5. It could be rook d5 because if the pawn takes is checkmate, and if the rook takes, you're going to win the other rook winning extra. Yes. No, it's rook d5. No, it's rook d5. It makes sense because you're actually taking more stuff from them. Absolutely. Rook d5. If pawn takes, then checkmate. Rook d5. If rook takes, then check, and we win on c8, which means more stuff for you. So rook d5. No, it's rook d5. And now queen checks, and now we're going to take on c8. That was a nice in between move. Actually, this one wins material. You're actually ending up with a bishop. So a bishop matters absolutely. Every single piece, every single pawn matter absolutely. Everything matters, and yeah, that was a nice in between. CH, that was a nice in between intermezzo, as Vicentzug they say in chess. Okay, that's a nice one again. Looks like a check here. They are tricky. Absolutely. Kudos to you, mate. Kudos to you. You've seen that one. That was cool. So that one looks like a check here, right? This one looks also kind of attacking. I think this one first. Let me tell you something. If I am to play f4, I'm attacking the knight. That's serious. They gotta move the knight. And whatever they choose to move, apparently it's limiting even more, because then I'm getting access to the G, then I might be able to provide some stronger attacks, perhaps even checkmate. So before I'm taking, because if I take, I think king runs away. You may have some checks, but who cares? They're just running away. Do you know what I mean? I guess this is another in-between move. So I think the bigger plan is to take on h3. But you must cut off the white king from moving over to e2. You must cut him off. Or opening some g for your rooks and stuff. And this f4 might just do that. So f4 would be in this order. And then you might take on h3 eventually. Yes. We are thinking the same stuff, exactly. Yep. So that's cool. Now that makes me think... I don't take h3. I'm just pushing this guy one more time because I'm taking again the e2 escaping square. So we gotta hold our horses and play f3, another pawn move, the second pawn move, cutting off e2 escaping square. And even if the knight comes back, we're gonna do queen h3 check, king g1, queen g2 checkmate. So that's how it goes. Sometimes you got to do this kind of limiting moves. Limits takes g2. Let's say knight g3, queen to... knight to g3, queen to h3, king to g1, queen to g2, checkmate. So 2-pawn moves, CH and Sam. 2-pawn moves one after another. There you go. Yeah. Oh, they still want to run away. But I think it don't matter. Bang. Go. Takes. There you go. Okay. Event. Oh, whoa. I think we just wait a minute. Takes. Takes. Moves. I can't take the rook. What do I have? 2 rooks and 2 minor pieces. 2 rooks, 2 minor pieces versus 2 rooks on 1 minor piece. So actually, okay. You don't checkmate. You don't checkmate. But you have extra stuff. You got extra stuff. Right? You got extra things here. So now queen h3. Yeah. You don't checkmate here. Exactly. Look at this. You don't have a checkmate. Yeah, if king g1, of course, you could do... Yeah, no, queen h1. Or g2, that's still checkmate. It don't matter. So you got 2 checkmates here. But obviously king e1, queen h1, king d2, queen g2. Yeah, the game continues, and you've got two minor pieces versus 1 minor piece. So as long as you manage to get this guy also in the game, should be fine. Everything is locked on the queen side. Everything is locked here. You got your beautiful rooks. What's not to like about this position? Everything is under control, and it's fine. You should be winning down the road in 20-25 moves. You should be winning here. You should be winning. You have to win. You know? Just getting the knight to do something. Getting the rooks. Very important, actually. Actually, it's important to trading off the rooks as well. Nice one. Nice one. Okay. Looks like an interesting check here. Rook to b6 check. King's got to go. Then winning here. I think winning stuff from them. Actually, queen and 2 rooks. We got to be careful about this one. Oh, no. No. It's rook b6 indeed. King to c8. And rook to b8. Right? Then they're moving here. Actually, I don't know. Okay. Hold on a second. I think this is the start of the puzzle, right? Well, it could be this. There's this. Oh. I need to check it. Right, this is a subtlety here, guys. It could be rook g3, but it could be queen b4. Rook g3, king c, and then check. And then they move. Then where's the check? Huh. But what if you take the knight first, though? You take the knight first. They do whatever they do. No, you can't do this. That's ridiculous. That's a little bit of hidden ideas here. Can I? Okay, I'll take on b4. Queen d5. I didn't calculate queen d. I didn't look at queen d5 at all. Queen d5, queen d5, queen d5, queen d5. That looks like the missing idea. Yeah, I was looking for the wrong stuff. Actually, queen d5, it's quite something. Simply because they have to give up the queen. Or they move the king, but then you take the bishop with check. Then they move on e2. But at least you clear the way for the pawn to going forwards. I think you might be right. So queen d5, king's got to go here. And now you're just going to take the bishop check, king moves. Then you run away a bit. So you're ready to push this guy. Yeah. It's no checkmate, but that's probably the best way to play for white here. Yes, I think you're right, CH, about this one. I think you're right. It's actually queen d5. It's actually queen d5. Queen d5. Oh, let me see if that goes. Okay, just for our control V, just for our newly coming friend now. So that's the link to my YouTube channel, guys, for those of you that want to follow us. So let's just play queen d5. Yes, kudos to you, CH. You've seen it, man. Okay, so now queen is being hit, so you have to take that bishop with tempo. Checking. Now we got to move away. And I guess you're going back here, right? You're pinning the knight, you're preparing the pawn push, and yeah. But it started with queen d5, though. So you actually solved it. I only just moved the pieces. I only moved the pieces, CH. So, but you actually solved it. Awesome stuff, dude. Awesome stuff. Okay. Let's try another one. Move for black. That is check for black here. So we are in check. I mean, we're just in check here. Hold on a second. There is only one move. I can't move down because check from the queen. Well, I can take the rook, but if I take the rook, there is more check coming. Disaster. Do I survive? No, I can't take the rook. I guess I gotta move e6. This is a very subtle one. Oh, actually I take, and when they check me, I'm moving this. Yeah, no, I'm taking the rook. So look what I plan. I take the rook, they check, and I just do this. Yeah, I know there's more checks coming, but queen e8. This one, queen e8. Okay. Can I block? Nope. Hey, can I put something? Nope. Then I'll. Yeah. So I'll take. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So I'll take. Yeah. So I have to take the. I have to take the rook and then bishop f6. So I'll take the rook exactly. Now we're gonna have to play this. And heck, that's okay. You should be doing fine at some point. Do I actually drop the bishop there or play something else? I think I have to play this. I have to play this, right? Probably. If I move the king, I'm going to be subjected to more checks, frankly. If you move something like this, it's going to be queen here. Really, this is very unpleasant, right? So queen here. Sorry, bishop blocking. Yeah, bishop blocking. Okay, now I have to take on c3 to maintain the connection with the bishop. Okay, there's more. Yeah, okay, there's more harassment here. There's more check coming here, but here. But then you're gonna move your king, and yeah, you just play like this. You should be able to win. It's incredibly important to find the tempo to get this guy out in the game. You have to get that guy out. Because otherwise the rook doesn't exist. You won't be able to capitalize if you don't get your bishop and the rook out. And overall, you have to play carefully. Yeah, black should be winning here, but you still have to pay attention to this. Of course, it's not over quite. It's not quite over. It's not quite over. Okay. White to play here. Looks like this guy is hanging. This guy can be pushed forwards. Then I can take, but then they take. Can I check the king? Or maybe I have to do this first. Take. What about this though? They go. You know, it could be a couple of things. Heck, it could be king h6. It could be king h6 because you want to take the black king g7 square. You want to take that square from them. So it could be very well king h6 protecting g7. Oops. King h6, you protect g7. That's important. So let's assume you do king h6. Let's imagine they take your guy, right? Or they move down. One of these two. Okay, but then you're going to push this guy with check. And they can only go here. But then you're going to do this guy check. So they have to move. But then you're going to do this check. And then you're going to queen. So all in all things considered, it looks to me that king h6 actually is the move. King h6 because you take g7 from them. And g8 will be protected by the knight. You don't care about any of the two black pawns. You don't care about them because you're moving a bit faster in the pawn race for promotion. You're just moving a bit faster. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. Yes, and not just hope. It's actually kind of like knowledge in terms that we know that knight f6 checks and forces the king away. Then potentially you just promote. You will promote before them. So to my assessment, looks like king h6 is kind of winning. Unless there is some magic here. Unless there is some magic I'm missing. Just looks like this. h6 should be winning. Should, right? Should be winning. Let's just play it. Yeah, there you go. Okay, it don't matter now. I just think we're just moving this guy. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, I think we do king h7. I think. We do king h7. We're securing all the promoting, all of them. Let me see if there is any chance for them to stopping. They do this. We do this. Then they do this. Checking our king. You see, it's not completely over. It's not quite completely over. If you want to be very, very, how do I put it? Very sure, can I say that? You do this. Because that will stop the black knight to take and, you know, checking and stuff. Knight f6, what could possibly happen here? Knight f6. If they go back, I'm just going to play check. No one cares. But knight f6 actually stops the black knight to harassing your king and stuff. g6. Maybe. g6. Knight takes. You go. Did they do? They can't, really? Couldn't take. 6, 6, g6. I think g6. Yeah, I think you're right. g6 is actually faster, right? I mean, you got no problem. g6, knight takes. You go here. Yeah, they can't check you. They can't do nothing. I mean, they could play this, but who cares, really? Right? They take this and this. Sorry, this, yeah. So g6, I think, is the fastest, yeah. Yep. I agree. g6 seems to be the winning move. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Knight f6 works, but apparently it gets into a draw. Knight f6, b4, g6, b3, g7, b2, g8, queen b1. Oopsie. So that loses a major tempo. So g6. Hello, Divert. Actually, you need to put g6 because the king won't be able to stop you after knight f6. So it's actually quite safe. So g6 is indeed the move there. It's the only move that actually wins here. Otherwise, you're getting into huge complications and you might even lose the game. So they can't really stop you, Divert. You're going to check. They go in front of you. You always have knight f6. So they can't really stop your pawn. And they're going to have to run away. And key here is just you need the tempos to promote before they promote. So knight f6 would have given them too many a tempo or something. Yeah, would have given them a tempo to push the pawn. and it is very, very uncertain. Everything is really uncertain after I would have played knight f6 previously. Kudos to you, CH. You've seen that one too, brother. Cool stuff, man. Really cool stuff. You guys are really good at this. You're really good. Find the move for black, and we got quite a few candidate moves here. This guy is sort of hanging. Would check, and these guys I reckon should be used. Should be used. It could be a check here, but then they come here. I'm not fully convinced. Where is a check though? On the other hand, that one looks nice. They go here. But then you get yourself into all sorts of checks, right? There is some tactics here, guys. There is some tactics, as per always. I'm liking Rook G. I'm liking Rook G too. How is that forcing? Maybe this? Could be a couple of things. What's the move here? Rook here, but then they play billion things. They could do whatever they want. There's so many moves they could play. It's not quite forcing. You gotta limit them somehow. This one is a forcing kind of check, right? Then they could go here at any time. Then you play a very long game, and this guy is so dangerously whoa. Yeah, so dangerously coming down. I'm not sure about this. Probably this, but what if they move here, for instance? What do you do? No, it's gotta be rook here, guys. I don't know the whole thing, but rook here, it has to be because you're limiting the king. They can't escape. You have to do this. Then they will do something. Maybe moving this guy down the board or something. After you take this guy, you got to figure out a way to checkmate them. Something. Could it be one? Oops. Could it be... Yeah, it's here. Then they move here. Then you move here. Checkmate. Okay, I think that's it. So it is a rook to g2. You're cutting off all the g file from the white king. They cannot escape. They do whatever they do. Very many things, but it don't matter because you're going to play knight here. Well, they could play this, stopping your knight, so to speak, right? So they could do this. They could do this. But then you're going to do check with the pawn, right? So it's got to be this. If you don't play rook g2, let's just take it by elimination. If you don't play rook g2 and you play knight takes, or they're going to play billion stuff, they're going to be running away. And then they have this guy. So you practically lost. So rook g2 for a starter. Yes, we were correct. And there you go. I've anticipated correctly. Obviously, they want to stop you to deliver checkmate in 2. So rook f8 was actually the only move to stop to prevent the checkmate in 2. Now you got to find another way. You could potentially try this, right? Then they move here. And then you move your rook here. And you're going to checkmate here with the rook. That is. This. You have to play this. King here. And then this. And if I move here, there's already rook g5. for knight g2. Rook g5, cutting off, keeping knight g2. Yeah, they're even better. Absolutely. Hi there, fellas. Thanks for stopping by. Yes. Yes. Yep. Much better. Much better. Rook g2, keeping everything blocked for the white king and actually vacating. You're vacating the square for the knight. And that is checkmate. You don't have to engineer anything else. You need to do any engineering. Rook g5, cutting off everything. Knight g2, unstoppable. Unstoppable. Well, they could travel. So let's put it this way. Rook g5. Then they could do this, but they will need to sack the rook. They'll need to sacrifice the rook to stop the checkmate, which practically wins, right? Yes, exactly correct. Spot on. CH, exactly correct. Exactly. Bingo. Yes. Yeah, they could stop, but they have to pay with the rook. Sorry, with the rook, and yeah. Then we're able to stopping those pawns. You got to play carefully, but yes. Yes, you're winning. You're winning now. So just put it like this. Rook here. You play. They take, and you take. Now, whatever they play, you're going to take this guy. But if they march in here, you're going to take this guy. They march here, you're going to play this guy. They march here, you're going to play this. No. You have to move the king, I guess. Kind of, if you can. Maybe here. Yeah, you should be able to stopping now everything. You got to be just a little bit careful, but you should be able to win at some point. Maybe placing the rook on a5 in case that the king... nah, you just move the king closer. Moving. You can't move here, though, but you can move here. Yeah, you should be able to win. Yeah, you should be able to win. You have to win. Yeah, you gotta win. It's not completely over, but you winning. You're totally winning here. Yeah. Sorry, I thought it's white's turn. I thought it's white's turn. Yeah, well, it don't matter. Okay, shall we try one more time? This one here, find the best move for black. Okay. Okay, what's going on here? Do we play this? Do we do this? They do this. Stopping this pawn from promoting. So maybe we take this guy after all. Oh. Do we do this just to... This is interesting. This is yeah, see, hey, that's exactly what I think. I think about e4. That's exactly what I'm thinking. e4 in order to block the bishop, so to speak. In order to block the bishop. Share. They always have this, don't they? But then you take again. And then they have to take. But when they take, you actually... Whoa. e4, king takes. h2, knight g5, knight g4. You do this, king goes here. That's not good. No, you take first, king takes, you go here. You take, they take, you take. No, but bishop takes, doesn't work. You play this. Let's play this. Doesn't make any sense. You do. All right, I'm inclined to say e4. King here. Go here, and they play knight to g4. Stop you. Don't stop nothing. They don't stop nothing. e4 king and you push. Yeah, e4 king and you push. That's it. e4 king takes and you push. That's it. That's it. It's e4 first. Yes. We were both correct. Yes, e4. King has to take. Therefore, bishop can't play b7. So this is a subtle little puzzle here. So that one checks the king. They can't do this bishop move. And then you push the guy in this and you just go. Yep. Yes. Yep. e4 seems to be the winning move here. Because practically e4, it's a big subtlety blocking the bishop. This is a nice little idea. That's a nice idea. Yes, it's e4 to preventing bishop b7. If you don't do that, I'm not sure you're going to win. Actually, probably you won't be winning. e4 is the only move. Yes, it's the only move. Yep. And now you just go h2. Yes, now you go h2. It doesn't really make any difference what they play because you're going to promote. Yeah, it doesn't matter what they do now. That was a nice subtlety, CH. Kudos to you. You've seen it. I think I spotted at the same time as you. That's a nice one. e4 being played right there. The first move. Not very straightforward, not very obvious, but hopefully you're not going to get this kind of position in a blitz or bullet game because you might be missing on it. If you have this one with a few seconds on the clock, you probably might be missing. Unless you had this plan, with a few moves before. If you had this plan already in your mind, yeah. Other than that, it's quite risky. I mean, not risky. You got to see it. Looks like a billion checks here. I mean, like 3 attacks here. Yeah, that happens a lot. When you are emotionally charged and play over the board or you play online, you're actually kind of like, due to emotions, you're actually doing bad moves. You're playing sloppy moves. You might be able to see this when Magnus plays Nordibek up the Sotoro, but in your own games, probably you won't see it. So then it looks like triple attack here. So if you don't attack on f7, I don't know what else it's here, really. I don't know what else. If you don't take on f7, what else do you do? You got to take on f7, right? You have to take on f7. Question is, do you take with this guy or do you take with this guy? I think it's important which one you're taking with. If you take this and then play here, got this, they go here. That might not work. I think you need to take with this guy. Okay, I think the question is actually... Cheers, bud. That's okay, man. I need to head to lunch anyway, and I won't be long now. Thanks very much for your kind thoughts. So now the question is now if we take with rook on f5 or we take with rook on b7 though. So it's no question about you taking on f7. You take on f7. The question is which rook you using. So actually this is the puzzle. What rook you use to take on f7 with? That's actually the question. So assuming you're taking with f5. Okay, cool. Right, f5. Obviously they can't go here because you got a queen. Game over. Right. Rook f7. Rook goes here, right? Where's the stuff? What do you play? How do you keep checking? This and this. Okay, so I agree. Rook f5, rook f7, check, king g8. That's interesting. How about now? Looks to me if you do this though, if they move here, you attack 3 times. Takes, takes, takes. And looks actually rook b7 takes on f7. Not f5. Because f5 you can't continue with the check. CH. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. So rook b7 takes f7. I think it might be stronger, and you do have a follow-up. I can't see any other check after rook f5, f7, and king goes g8. Oh, okay. Queen f5. What about the checks coming here? Yeah, I guess you can drop this rook back. It might be. Might be. Rook f5, f7, king g8, queen f5, or checkmate on h7. I understand. Queen a8 check. Obviously, you can't move because you're in check from the bishop. But then you drop the rook because you got a queen on f5 defending that rook. So you can just block it in this fashion. And it's, but then, no, there's no then. It's absolutely cool. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Nope. Rook f5, f7, queen f5, checkmate on h7. It cannot be stopped. CH, it cannot be stopped. Queen a8 and then rook drops on b1. They have to sack something. Then queen takes, but then your queen takes and then the rook takes your rook. And then you're going to have to play... Oh, boy. Actually, that's quite difficult. Okay, let's just try this one and then we'll take it from there. So, okay, this is a problem. After you block with rook b1, queen takes, rook takes, and then take your rook. And you're going to have queen versus two rooks. I don't think it's going to end up well because they also have a passer. It's not going to end up well. It's not going to end up well. Roll V. Right. So it's not going to end up well. Therefore, CH, I think I'm kind of inclined to revert to my old idea. But heck, I might be wrong. Rook B7, F7, check. Kind of strong. Take, then they take, then you take, then they move, then you got a queen. Okay. I'm going to take with rook B7, though. Awful. That wasn't B7 rook. Okay, I must have missed something. Come on. We see that, but it's something wrong here. Oh no, you don't block with this guy, you block with the bishop. You don't block with the rook. Actually, you block with the bishop. That's the winning move. You're actually blocking with the bishop, not with the... Obviously, if you block with the rook, you're gonna lose. Because queen takes, and then rook takes your rook, and you take, and then take, and you're practically screwed. You're just done. So you're not playing rook b1, as I wrongly thought. You actually play bishop f1. It's bishop f1. No, I didn't see it either. It was completely off my vision. It's bishop f1. That is the only way to play. You can't do anything else but this. If you're blocking with rook b1, actually, you're getting in trouble. Tough one. Wow. All right, fellas. We'll wrap it up for now, guys. Okay. Been streaming for like 90 minutes now. So, fellas, tomorrow I think I'll go via Twitch. If you want to follow me on YouTube and perhaps Twitch, we can stay in touch maybe for tomorrow. In the afternoon, actually, if it's the next round in the FIDE World Chess Championship, like Rapid, I'm going to be tuning in, and we could potentially discuss together the moves. Alrighty, fellas. Thanks very much. Take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll be seeing you then tomorrow. Bye for now.